Imagine biting off your wife's nose during a fight and then going on Facebook to threaten to end your life. The story of King Felix Nero and Queen Nero has been making rounds on social media, and the details is quite shocking. So, from what we know, Queen and Nero had been married for 5 years, and they both have 3 beautiful children. However, it's clear that their marriage has finally hit an iceberg, as Queen packed her load along with her children and left King's house, all the way back to Asaba, to her father's house. According to some sources, it said that Queen accused Nero of being abusive, violent, and unfaithful. Some blogs even claimed that King Nero even cheated on her with her own cousin by the name of one Ejiro. So clearly, because of the cheating and the physical abuse in the marriage, Queen had enough and decided to go to her father's house in Asaba Delta State. It was after she left that King began begging everyone they know, bloggers, friends, family, to beg his wife to come back home to him. He even began posting good things about her on his Facebook page, praising her, wishing her a happy birthday, all in the bid to make her come back home to him. And it was said that everyone who knew Queen began begging her for Nero. Friends, family, even Facebook friends who did not even know them personally were begging Queen on her Facebook page to give her husband a second chance. More like a 5th chance, if I'm to guess. So, on the 4th of June, while Queen was still in her father's house, she assured the people begging her that she was ready to forgive her husband and go back to meet him in their matrimonial home. Shockingly, that same day, King Nero would pay her a visit in Asaba in her father's house. However, this visit would turn bloody because for some reason, they both got into a fight. And somewhere in this fight, it was said that King Nero bit off a chunk of her nose, causing her to bleed profusely. This totally came as a shock to everyone who was thinking they were about to make up. In a graphic video Queen posted, you could see her crying and accusing her husband, King Nero, of violently abusing her in her own father's house. In the video, you could even hear the children crying in the background. That is how sad it was. It's unclear what led them to fight again, but what might be very clear is that this relationship, more like this marriage, might be looking close to an end. Many people were shocked to the new development. Imagine the same day she told people that she was going to move to her husband's house, and then her husband paid her a visit, almost as if to carry her back home. A bigger tragedy even occurred in her father's house. After King bit off her nose and beat her up, he left and went back to his house, and then went on Facebook to threaten to hurt himself, almost as though he was playing the victim, almost as though he was looking for sympathy, almost as though he wants people to feel bad for him. Excuse me, sir, you are the abuser here. You went to this woman's house to abuse her in her father's house in front of the children and in front of her family, and you're coming on Facebook to seek sympathy? Well, at the time of making this video, King Nero is still alive somehow. He is still posting pictures of his wife, begging her to come back, begging her for forgiveness, and acting as though the marriage is very important to him. Social media has been divided by this issue. Some people are saying she should go back home and make peace with her husband for the sake of the children, once and for all, while many other people are saying she should put an end to the marriage, citing that anyone who is capable of biting off his wife's nose is capable of doing worse. But you guys, let me know what you think. Should she give him another chance, or should she run for her life? If you ask me, this man is just a time bomb waiting to explode. I mean, who bites off his wife's nose during a fight? That is the height of cannibalism and bestiality, if that's a word. Only animals do that. How do you fight your wife to the point you jump to bite her nose? Is it something he has been thinking of? Was he looking at her during the argument and he was like, what if I just bite this woman's nose and just chop it off? That is psychotic. Queen, if you're watching this video, you're lucky to be alive. I don't know what you're going to do, but whatever you do, don't go back to this man, because the next thing he's going to chop off might be bigger than your nose.